First year undergrad. Do you smell that? It's that distinct aroma of first year. Nervousness, newfound freedom, too much pizza, and just a hint of the last traces of puberty mingled with budding adulthood. Now, according to the stats in Ontario, more than 2/3 of first years will be in a class with over 100 students, with that number sometimes going as high as 300 or even 1,000 students. Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine with me that you're a new university student packed in a room with 299 of your peers. For the past hour, you've been laboring through new and challenging material, drifting in and out of attention, which is perfectly normal, by the way. Now I want you to imagine what's going to happen when your professor inevitably calls for that 5 or 10-minute break from the lecture. I'll tell you, absolute chaos. Maybe the person in front of you resumes their episode of Jujutsu Kaisen or takes a loud phone call. And of course, the person beside you needs to brush past in order to grab some water or hit the washroom. How many of us can relate? Unfortunately, it's a common experience to come back from a mid-lecture break feeling lost, confused, or just unprepared to continue learning. But why is that? One likely explanation from the literature is that despite providing a much-needed opportunity to use the washroom or grab a snack, these lecture breaks that are unstructured can have an overall negative impact on learning in the forms of distractions, psychological interference, or blocking. And the result is a learning experience and memory that looks a lot like this. But what if we could change that? What if we could re-engineer these lecture breaks so that they actually helped people learn instead of distracting them, while still providing a little bit of respite? My research suggests that not only is that possible, but it actually involves a relatively small change to lecture breaks. In my experimental study, we take groups of undergraduate students and put them in a mock online learning lecture with a break in the middle and a little pop quiz at the end. Depending on the condition they're assigned to, that break will look one of 4 different ways. And in testing the effectiveness of these 4 different break types, we're finding that the way we use breaks as educators makes a big difference. So, that simple change I mentioned, it's this. Instead of transitioning directly into the chaos of an unstructured lecture break, take 2 to 5 minutes where students consult expressly with each other and or their notes on the material in order to consolidate what they've learned up to that point. We call this a consolidation pause. Then let them go and do their thing. The change is so small and simple that it almost seems silly, but there are powerful psychological processes that drive significant performance boosts as a result. Now, not only do students improve their academic performance by up to a whole letter grade, but they also report positive overall experiences and better relationships with their peers and teachers, leading to a learning experience that looks a lot more like this. Thank you.